probably halfway now to the peak here. You can see the plywood, new plywood. Why don't we call it the pigeon coop?
There you go. I like that. Let's call it a gazebo.
Yeah. I probably will one time or sometime. I know I've called the cupola a gazebo several times.
More than
I've called it a cupola.
Now I know what you're talking about. You said cupola, I don't know what you're talking about.
We've got business today. We're hoping to get the other side, the valley, done. We got to square up the gazebo. I mean the cupola a little bit. It's got a little twist to it, probably from jacking it, moving it around in 100 years. That might have something to do with it.
The wind blew
it. Probably. So we'll keep you posted. I think it's day 11. We're starting here. It's April 8th. It's the eclipse day. As you can see the sun there. It's beautiful. Of course, it's probably going to cloud up, like I said earlier. What we're doing right now is we've got up here in the gazebo, cupola. I can't stop saying it. So what we got is a double here on this side. You see it up here. And we're going to put a double over on this side, and then we're going to head this off right here so that you have space to walk into this, to look out this window, walk in this area here. So we're gonna head it off up here, and these rafters will be gone. Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. Anything to add to that, Ken?
No.
Anything exciting?
Got 2 more days of nice weather before the next rain comes in, and we're gonna at least get this valley rafter in and get this buttoned up with some putting weather watch on the whole roof, because there may be a time lapse between me getting to shingle it and getting it done as far as the construction part of it. So
we are working on that dormer area. We're cutting the rafters out right now. We got it laid out. We're going to put that header in there, open that dormer up so that windows. It used to be that's where the pigeon coop was, but we're obviously not putting the pigeon coop back in right now. We are going to put that header in and open that up so it's more like a dormer than it was before. You'll have access to the window. Well, looks like we're putting in the studs above the rafters above the header now. We got the header in there. These are the ones going up to the from the ridge down to the header. Well, you opened it up nice up in there. Looks like I cut that about 8 times, but we must have got it just right. Now we are moving on over to, I believe, some rafters on the far side. That's a tricky area. It takes a while to get that across there with the other valley and stuff being in there. Yeah, I'm laying out a rafter now, cutting that. Got that in. There's another one. I think that might be enough so that we can work on that. Work on that second valley side. Get the rafters coming down on the dormer, trimmed off to the right level. Run our 2x6 up the roof connect our rafters to the valley from the existing dormer. Ken right now is working on getting some scaffolding set up for that second side, right where we're at there with those last couple 3 rafters. He's putting some planks up there. Now he's up top and we're setting these last couple rafters. That's the view from the downside, bottom side. You can see where I got those rafters from the dormer temporarily supported there with a 2x6, and then I've got like a collar tie on the upper one there, trying to hold them in position. I did that so I could cut them off the right angle and stuff to the roof with the 2x6 on there. And now I'm taking that string and I'm checking across the rafters from one side of the dormer to the other, making sure we're running straight and level, or at least the rafters are all in line with each other. There's no dips or anything like that. Lots of climbing up and down. Looks like I'm doing a little cleaning up. I think Ken had to run an errand, so I was, oh, he's there. I'm not sure, but I was cleaning off that table a little bit. Couple more rafters going in. I believe, oh, we're watching the eclipse. This was the eclipse day. I almost forgot. We kept stopping temporarily and looking. Right now it's partly cloudy. You can see the sky up there. And we got to see quite a bit of it. It was almost where we were at. It was almost a complete eclipse. It was pretty neat. You'll see it. You'll see it darken down here a little bit. Looks like a real. Looks like, you know, late evening or so in the summertime. That piece of plywood there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we set that one off to the side. We're gonna save that one for later. Now we're getting this piece. We're trying to make sure. Took a little time. We're crossing that dormer area, so we're trying to make sure that we're getting that next piece of plywood up there started good and square. We're measuring up to the ridge, and Ken had to trim off under the cupola there a little bit. Now this is the next piece down. This one's got the valley in it, so we're trying to get that valley board set so we could trim that piece. I wanted to cut it on the ground before we put it up there. It's a lot easier than trying to sawzall it in place. So we're getting it laid out, and I believe I take it back down and just cut it with a saw. It's a lot quicker. We just put a couple temporary screws in it to hold it. Ken's finishing up the valley up there on top, I believe. I think we're going to pull that board out of there. There we go. Yeah, I just cut it real quick and we put it right back in. Again, making sure we're square with our other plywood going across the roof so everything works out. Still watching the eclipse. You'll see a spot here. See the sky? See, it's getting kind of dark now. I think this is we're almost at full eclipse time now, which I think was about 3 o'clock or so. Well, it's partly cloudy, but we did have some chances to see it in between. Ken's picking out that. Ken's picking out lumber.
I took it out to the job and I had to help the guys get it up there where they needed it. Holy crap. He's got it going, you know, with ropes. Pulling it with a machine off the other side, we're going slow and easy. Gotta go slow and easy because you want it, once it gets to the peak, you gotta be able to get it to drop into the slot where they had it built for.
Yeah, we did one years ago. And we didn't have ladders tall enough to reach. Yeah. So my buddy Sean, when he was building his house, he backed his car up next to the house, and we put the ladder in the trunk of his car. So we had enough height to get up there.
OSHA approved.
Yeah, OSHA sent me a love letter.
Yeah.
Right up on top there?
Yep, grab these. Slam.
Okay, we're on the way to the job site. It is Tuesday. It will be day 12, I believe. We are raring to go.
Yes, we are.
So, what are we going to do today, Ken? We're going to try to get that rest of that roof sealed up with the weather watch, you call it? I call it ice and water. I don't know.
Yeah, ice and water, east weather watch, whatever. Once you name brand. Yeah, too. We got all the center with the cupola and the reverse gable coming in. We got it all straightened up pretty much. So some more plywood, weather watch, and then we're on nice even roof for the rest of the job. Hopefully not too many issues come up. So other than that, we're doing pretty good.
What's your catchphrase?
I forgot it. And what was it? And that's about it. And
yeah, maybe that's it. That's about it. Here we go. Or what was it?
And that's all, folks.
Okay, day 12. Yesterday we were working on the dormer area in the front. Got the other valley in. I'll give you a little view of what we have here. So the sun's right there. So what we did yesterday was we put this header across here so we can open up this area here so you have access to the window. So you can look out. Square up the cupola a little bit. It's a little cocked. We haven't fastened it to the roof yet. We got some more rafters in over here on this side. We tried to get enough in so we could get to this valley here. You can see we got it started. It's just temporarily tacked in there. We got the plywood down. We stopped at the store this morning, picked up a 20-foot 2x8 for up here in the ridge. We're going to try to get that up and installed. Remove that 2x6 that's under the rafters, because see, this part had been rebuilt at some time in the past. Looks like it's dimensional lumber. Looks like it's still pretty old though. So what Ken did to just temporarily shore it up was to put 2x6s or 8s looks like underneath the rafters on this side just to support them, and then he put all the collar ties in. You can see heading back. So we're gonna cut the rafters at the ridge, because there was no ridge, they just butted together. We're gonna add the double ridge in and then continue with our rafters. So here we go. Okay, we moved to the back side of the roof. We're working on that overhang on the left-hand side. We had snap some lines, or snap a line, and trim the plywood off. We're setting that fascia board out on the end. Ken calls it a flying rafter. Took a little messing around, not too bad. Got it tied into that fascia board on the front side, or on the back side there. I don't think it's trimmed off yet, but it's still up there. But we want to get the ice and water on, so we wanted to finish that so we could cover it. Ken's removing some plywood here. We're trying to get a couple more rafters put in on that side there. You can see us working on it. So we can put a full piece, our next piece there under the cupola is a 8-foot piece, so we wanted to get over at least 8 foot so we could finish that up. I'm down there cutting that piece right now, I believe. And no, I'm not. Working on the rafters with Ken. We're getting those set. We did some checking, make sure everything was flat. There we go. We got that piece up there now. We're just putting a few screws in it temporarily to hold it for overnight. And there we go, finishing that bottom piece. That's also a full piece. And then we just put a filler piece in there in the middle just to give us something to put the tarps on. There's Ken's doing the ice and water, and I'm cutting pieces for him. We're up at the top there now, over top of the ridge. We put a seam in there. We couldn't go all the way, obviously, because we have plywood there. There's a partial piece there. So we left a seam there, and we staggered it so that we can tie back in when we put the rest of it on. And Ken, I think, is going to tarp this, for the night. We're watching the weather, of course. The weather hasn't been super cooperative with us on this job, but it's looking like we're going to have a 2-day window where we can go to town and just tear that whole rest of the roof off and put new rafters in, plywood it, and get it waterproof in 2 days. That's our goal. So we're going to be busy. So watch for the next video, because it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of running around. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Bye.